anytime you win, it's a good thing. I thought this game was won in the trenches, especially with a team that dominates time of possession as they do. And looking back at it, we won the time of possession and executed on both sides of the ball. I thought the defense did a great job of knocking out the run, in which they do, and then as well as taking the ball away and having some of the strip fumbles. And so some of the things that we're practicing on offense and defense are starting to happen. It came to life this game and right in time, coming off back-to-back losses.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. Most points in the 3 years under you, the offense moving up and down the field today. What was it specifically about the offense that you liked the most as you guys now head into a bye week and eventually conference play?
I really like the way the offensive line is starting to come together under Coach Derek Favi. And being able to run the ball a little bit and pass protect in our offense, very key. As well as Brayden threw the ball pretty well tonight. And I was able to find the receivers, and again, the receivers just being in a position to, just get open and do their job, what they need to do, and catch the ball. And so, overall, I thought it's a pretty good deal. There's some things that obviously we can always clean up, but from an overall perspective, a lot better than the first 3 weeks.
Coach, congratulations on the win. This was a big opponent. I mean, the opponent had size. How happy are you, that you were able to execute so well, not only offensively, but also control the game defensively against a good-sized opponent? How happy are you with that now going forward?
Yeah, we're watching the tape against a big Nebraska team and what they've been able to do the previous weeks. Some of these FCS opponents, man, they're scary. They come in here with nothing to lose and everything to gain and the respect. And I think this is another opponent. They're big. They're big up front, both sides of the ball. And so for us, it's a good test. I think we knew that we were going to have to play physical on defense and tackle big guys, and then and cover the receivers when they decided to pass, and then on offense, to block their guys, their front, gave fits to other big teams. They came off a Big Ten opponent in Nebraska, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. And so hats off to our interior guys up front on both sides of the ball, the front seven and the five on offensive line.
Hey, Coach. Maybe asking you a little bit more about some of that feeling of catharsis that might have gone into tonight. Before the game, could you sense like any increased edge from your guys, their emotions, or during the game, some more focus or anything along those lines?
Yeah, it's you never know. I would think that the games against the last 3 games that we're ready to play at Sam Houston, and we're ready to play at UCLA. The thing about coming off a game of what we did last week was just a lot of it was self-inflicted on us, and so coming into a week like this, you could imagine what these meetings inside this room were and what we talked about, and not talk as much too, because everything was really said. Everything that we established, everything that we've gone through the last 2 years, and even in from January to this point now, is like we're here, we're in it now, and we have a chance to be very tough to beat if we do the right things. And so, just kind of feeling them out. It was a lot more like, I don't know if it was quiet, and I didn't know if it was nervous or them just being more focused. But I think after watching them play, they had a sense of urgency to them that I enjoyed and I loved watching. And of course, being on the sideline with the rest of their teammates, we call them our developmental guys. I mean, they brought the energy again for our guys, and so really it's just now executing and coaching off of this game and being able to say, hey, we got some things that we can work on, but this is where we want to be as far as playing.
And one follow from me on your thought on Brayden tonight. I think he completed his first 12, and A couple picks late in the first half, but other than that, he seemed pretty sharp.
Yeah, he's pretty sharp, and that's what it was. That's what's going to take, right? I think the fans in Hawaii know in this offense that we go as the quarterback goes, and so he wanted to be better. He knew he had to be better, but the way how tough he is mentally, and how he responds is what I really appreciate about him, and so. He did a great job. We go back to the drawing board and we get into conference play now, and so it's putting everything together and building off of this win.
Coach, late into the game, what went into the decision to split time on that last drive between Micah and John, as opposed to just sticking with your listed backup?
Yeah, it's two freshman quarterback, one true freshman, one redshirt freshman. It's getting them game experience, getting them into in a situation where they both get to play. I think if we just went with one, maybe the other doesn't get to see it, And so, it's just getting them the feel of college football. As you guys know, it's a lot different, and it's really mental. Everybody is talented. The guys are bigger, they're stronger, they're faster, as advertised. And so just to get them experience, so that they remember the feeling of going in, being in a situation like this. I thought it benefits and helps us.
Coach, getting another bye week this early in the year. Do you think the approach is going to be any different from what it was before the Sam Houston game, or how do you think you and your staff is going to approach that?
Yeah, good question. I think looking back now at Sam Houston, the Sam Houston week, could we have done different? Probably, and really just, I think from our perspective, it's just tightening the screws. I don't know how much penalties we had. It seemed like a bunch, and after the first personal foul to keep the drive going. It didn't. I know I didn't feel good, and so I have to, continue to harp on these guys. But in some cases, we have to be better. We just have to be better. I told them I take everything that we had at Sam Houston, but from now on, the standard is the standard, and we're going to hold the guys accountable. And so that's the biggest piece to it. And so we got to be better than we entered in that last bye week with going to Sam Houston.
Coach, season high 149 yards on the ground tonight. Obviously, the passing game was working, but what did you like on the ground from the three running backs that saw a lot of carries, all five of them averaging over 5 yards a touch?
Yeah, you have to establish the run. If there's run boxes in there, you got to establish the run. And so I really loved how the offensive line gave those guys opportunities to run, and it's a deep running back room that is capable of running the ball, starting with Landon. And so you got to see Thailand back there, and that was a good showing. And then Dave and we had Christian Vaughn back there, so it was good. It was good to see him.
Congratulations on the win. What were you feeling out there to start the game out? You go 12 for 12 to begin the game, and it looked just kind of like you were really comfortable back there. How were you feeling as this one started?
Yeah, no, I felt really good. I thought the O-line played really well and, gave me a clean pocket, and it makes my life a lot easier whenever they do that. So I think that it starts with them, and then, receivers running the right route, getting it open, and making me look good. So, I think we all just kind of treated it like it was a practice and just went out there and just played football. So, at the end of the day, I'm just, thankful that we were able to, start fast finally and, give all the glory to God for that.
And then you also had a running game going in front of you tonight, 149 yards, a season high. How much easier does that make your job operating the offense when it kind of has to keep the defense a little more honest?
Yeah, as a quarterback, when you can be two-dimensional, it really helps a lot. It opens things up in the back end. It makes them have to, worry about a run game, which is really nice that we were able to get that going. And, I just hope that we can continue to carry that on. And, like I said, it starts with the O-line. And if they continue to play the way that they did, then it's gonna be fun to watch.
Hey, Brayden, was there a pregame vibe or feeling or anything along those lines that maybe you could felt was distinct from the three previous games this season?
Yeah, no, I think we always knew that we had a good offseason dating back to the summer. In 7-on-7, we were continuing to have a good offense, and we carried it into fall camp, and I thought we had a good a good offseason, and we always had faith. And those first 3 games didn't really go as like we wanted as an offense. And I just continued to tell the guys along with the coaches that we are a good offense, and we were just finally able to get it rolling tonight. And I just hope we can build upon this momentum.
Hey, Brayden, I know you threw to 9 different receivers today. Was that kind of a, something you wanted to, focus on today, is like spreading the ball to, the depth that you have in the receiver room?
Yeah, no, we got a lot of guys that can play. I think that, we got really like 12, 15 guys that could all play, and, it's good to get the ball spread around to everybody. But, I think that's just the way this offense works. When we get rolling, everybody's going to get a touch of the ball. So it's good to have that, and, it's great to have the depth we have at receiver.
Brayden, kind of looking forward now, you guys have another bye week this early into the season before you guys start Mountain West play. Talk about being able to utilize that, having kind of the luxury of having another bye this season.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really happy that it was scheduled that way, and it'll be good for me personally just to, rest my ankle and hopefully get it healed up, ready to go for San Diego State. So I just got to stay off of it and, probably take a week off and then hopefully be ready to go.
Hey, Brayden. How are you feeling after these 4 non-conference games, you personally and where the team is at, heading into conference play?
I think, like I said, the first 3 games didn't go exactly how we wanted to from an offensive standpoint, and I think we finally started to get it rolling tonight. But even then, I think that I think I could have thrown for 6 touchdowns if I didn't throw those 2 picks at the end of the half. So there's always going to be something to work on. But I'm happy that the direction it's headed, and it's good to get a big win like this headed into a bye week.
Hey, Nick, nice game tonight. Can you describe the connection between not just yourself and Brayden, but the receivers as a whole?
It's very good. We all connected throughout this whole week. The execution, everything was just amazing. We're communicating more, and that's a huge part of the running shoe. So the connection's just there. It's just everything clicked tonight. So it was nice. It was cool.
And a quick follow to that: did you guys practice anything differently throughout the week, or as far as something that might have separated what happened tonight versus the first 3 games?
We just really stress execution, just execute your play, you do your job, and just communicate all as one. Help the guy beside you, and like I said, communication is very big in running shoes. So we're just everybody was helping each other and everything. We just clicked, and like see again today, it showed on the field. So it was nice.
Nick, just kind of talk about, obviously just the early struggles with the offense, these in the early goings of the non-con, to finally put on a performance like this tonight. How much does that kind of maybe solidify in your guys' head that, this is the direction that you guys want to go in and to stick to it throughout the rest of the season?
And we just got to continue doing what we did at practice, like this past week, keep our head modest in a way, and just keep executing at a high level as we did, and everything's going to fall in place.
Congrats on the win tonight. Career night for you, 2 touchdowns, 9 receptions. How do you feel that your development has come along as part of this program and in this offense specifically?
My development, man. When I first came here, tell Brayden, he tried to throw me the ball, and I just couldn't catch it at all. So it was funny, I wasn't used to the guy slinging it like that. But, man, they believed in me. Every day, after practice, JU would just give me little pointers here and stuff like that. So, man, it just all paid out. All that stuff, all that hard work just paid out, and I'm just happy for it. To execute as a team and all that stuff. So yeah.
And follow up a little bit. How important was it for you guys as a whole to kind of see this offense click on all cylinders before you entered conference play, and specifically too with a bye week in front of it as well?
Like Brayden said, honestly, before this all the spring, fall camp, we're all just clicking at a high level, offense executing, stuff like that. So having to see all that work pay out in this game was huge. We just have to see it click and stuff like that, and we know we could do it. So we just had to stay on this. We had to stay with the momentum and everything. So yeah.
Hey, Nick, congrats on your performance tonight. How do you plan on building on this? It was a great game for you. How do you plan to maybe improve for the next time?
Continue doing as we do, continue practicing, keep getting with the quarterbacks after practice, keep getting with the whole team, just watching film, all that stuff, just keep doing as we're doing, everything's going to fall in place,
Nick, your first 2 touchdowns of the season through the first 4 games, you find the end zone. First thing you did, big smile, you ran over to the student section, started giving them all a high five.
Yeah.
Was that something that you've been kind of like waiting to do through the first 3 games prior? Now finally,
Honestly, coming from Canada, we were not allowed to celebrate, so like I just don't know how to celebrate. But like the first thing people are gonna notice from me is that I smile a lot. Like they call me Smile, like in the team. So man, I just saw the crowd, everybody was hyped, so I just came, hey, high five, like let's feed out their energy. So it was nice.